blunder. Basically, we actually went live in two phones, so that's why there was so much of frequency, there was so much of feedback. So we're going to start again so that it's not like a futile kind of conversation. So I'm going to introduce Dr. Karishma, who runs Karishma Aesthetics Clinic in Indranagar and also in Whitefield. The reason why I'm here on Pride Month is that there should be conversations around different procedures that is great for the queer community and as well as the trans community, so that we are understanding, because there were times when I'm clueless about that. Yes, I know there is different surgeries, there are different procedures to make your body look better, beautiful, and more unclockable in our terms. So I'm here with Dr. Karishma. And Dr. Karishma, I'll tell you more about me. I am a Mayama or Maya the drag queen. I've been performing for more than 8 years now. I started my performance in the Humming Tree in Indranagar. And since then, I've done like 3 TEDx talks and also like been performing. And my whole purpose is to actually educate people about different things about the community and as well as my art form. Now, the first question that I'll go start off with is in the drag community, I've seen people enhance their lips and go into Botox and all of that. Do you think it's going to create a lot more advantage as a performance when we go on stage and we show the illusion? Do you think this will actually create a lot more? What is the word to use? There is
like
the
showmanship.
Showmanship, basically.
Yes, of course, and the confidence, because you are going out there as someone now. We were talking earlier, and we were discussing that the whole concept of drag queen is the drag is not much in India, and it's just starting, or it's hardly even heard about. Even when I got to know about you, I was following your entire Insta channel and seeing your show, seeing your shows and seeing your performances, and I was like, wow, we have this in India, because I have not seen too many. But when you travel to Thailand, you travel to Korea, and places where it's all over,
right,
and it's very well recognized. And there's a famous show on Netflix, if you have
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes. I've seen his entire series, and I love it, and I love the way that they are doing things.
Right.
It's a fact.
Right.
And it makes them look good on stage,
right,
and they feel confident doing it. So doing a little bit of filler or Botox
right,
is nothing but to enhance. So when you go on that stage, you just feel even more confident in your body, and I think it's absolutely not wrong. It's just that it's new in India, so there is still a lot of taboo about it, even with the regular people to do Botox and fillers. But then as a drag, I feel when you are, you dress up with all that jazz, and that, I think the show comes alive when everything looks gorgeous.
Because coming to my personal journey, I've noticed that I have to put a corset. Right. Then to cover up my hairy legs, I have to put stockings, and then we have to pad also. So basically, to give the whole illusion, we keep padding. So
that's why we do the body sculpting. So recently, there are a lot of people coming in to have male to female, curvier looking body. So we do a liposuction where we deepen the waistline, what we usually do for women. So the male to female transformation, we add fat on the buttocks to make the hips, to have what we call as a Brazilian butt lift. BBL. So a BBL with a waistline creation, and many of them are like sometimes fat on the chest, or sometimes implants on the chest, and overall it definitely gives them confidence, because they do want to wear certain clothes, and so they don't have to do this. And of course, you have the option of laser hair reduction now. So that is something becoming very common. A lot of them are coming whole body laser reduction. So also it adds to your convenience. In a lot of ways. See, it's your lifestyle, and now this is going to be my lifestyle. And if I want my lifestyle like this, as a doctor, I don't have time to even put nail polish as a surgeon. So I don't really put it. I do not do my nails, because I know when I have to operate, I can't have long nails. I cannot have nail polish. Neither do I. At one point, 10 years back, even before I started my clinic, I didn't have time to sit and wax because I'm so busy. So I can't go to salon twice a week, twice a month. So that's when I started my own laser hair reduction journey. And now I'm like, okay,
you are good to go.
Good to go. I have no stress.
So I think I need to tell all the drag performers out there that you need to reach out to Dr. Karishma if you ever want to do a laser hair reduction or removal, because that's something which we need in terms of when we go, and so we don't want that happening on stage. So anyway, that's up to their choice. But coming back to the trans community,
yes.
I'm pretty sure you must have met a lot of patients which is going through body dysphoria. Yeah. So how do you deal with them? How do you actually, do you send them to a counselor? Do you actually have a counseling session here and then send them to a counselor? So just run us by how do you actually...
So, body dysmorphic disorder is a condition where a person is never really satisfied with oneself. Now, if they come to us with the thoughts of, I would do this procedure and that cosmetic procedure, and that would make me feel good, sometimes it does not. So when we counsel the patients, when they come to us, we try to identify and see whether they are suffering from a body dysmorphic disorder. And if they are, it is ideal that they first see a counselor, a psychologist or a psychiatrist if needed. So a psychologist first analyzes them, will figure whether they do need the help of a psychiatrist and medications, or just counseling will take care of it. And for somebody with body dysmorphic disorder, it is very crucial that the psychiatrist says okay and counsels them. And so because we need to make sure that if I do the procedure for the person, they will be happy with it, and then they will be content with it. But someone who is not treated for the body dysmorphic will never be happy with my procedure. So it's kind of dealing with a very dangerous patient. Even the surgeon can fall into trouble because the patient can have expectations where we may not be able to live up to. Right? So body dysmorphic is scary, but at the same time we need to treat it and let the person know that this can be taken care of. They have to be counseled, and when we get a letter from the psychiatrist that this person is ready, emotionally, physically ready for their surgeries, then we go ahead and do the procedure. And also it keeps the doctor safe, the patient also knows, and then their expectations start becoming realistic.
So that's really important, right? Because like I was saying in the beginning of the live, that a lot of people come with questions and they're not aware. So for instance, I know a lot of families with their children, and when their children come out to them as trans or gender fluid, they're clueless and they are unaware or ignorant basically. So how do you deal with it? Do you take examples? Do you actually show that, hey, this is something which is actually happening in our society? Do you actually take them through a sensitization training?
Definitely. As a plastic surgeon, I have my own limitations. As in, yes, I will talk about the procedure, but I think it's my duty, and I think all the gender reaffirming surgeons worldwide, including a few very famous senior people, even in India, we have gender reaffirming surgeons in many cities. I think it's our due responsibility and due diligence to explain to them the pros, the cons, and the entire process, and understand what is it that they finally want to achieve. So there could be someone who just wants to be a cross-dresser, who's happy just being that way, doesn't want to take hormone therapy, doesn't want to have a gender reaffirming surgery, and it's okay. So we need to just understand what is it they want, and we work around them. We take them through all the possibilities. Like, you could do this and you could do that, you don't need to do this, but be happy in whichever situation that you are. If you decided that this is what you want, I think you should be first happy in it. You should be decisive. we can help you be decisive about it. And yes, we do tell them different stories that we have of other patients who have come here, who have done the process. We also sometimes get them to talk to our clients earlier who have undergone procedures or the treatment. And
more like a testimonial basically.
Testimonial, as you said earlier, we discussed about one of your friends who went into depression. She committed suicide, and just to put it out there very briefly, is that we discussed that life is the most important thing that we own, and nothing around us is as important as ourselves.
Right.
So, yes, when it comes to the cure community, I think they need to be well supported. They have to be they need to be educated and get aware that healthcare is a possibility, and it is very much there. And there are a lot of doctors over there who are gender reaffirming doctors. It's not just about doing a surgery, but it is way beyond that. It is also a doctor telling you medically, emotionally and physically, affirming what you are. And I think you should never go into that depressive phase if there's something wrong. It could be something wrong with your surgery. So one complicated result doesn't mean every procedure in the world has gone wrong. Yeah, complications will happen with any surgery, not just this surgery. Could happen with just any normal surgery. It could be a brain surgery. We have complications in every surgery. But I think as we take up the responsibility to first let them know that there could be complications with anything. If there are, we are there to fix the complications. All we need is just the cooperation. And they need to know that you're with us, we are with you, and we make sure till everything is fixed, and then we let you go. And I think your community is very strong. And I think between yourselves, you must talk to each other. Whoever has information, spread the information about anything, not just a doctor, but anything in general.
Which is why we're having this live, so that people get to know more about you and are aware that there is a very safe space, because there's something which I've realized, that there is not many safe spaces in India particularly, where the doctor is friendly towards queer people, that they can understand queer people, and they give a very inclusive space. Because what is happening is, they go to the doctor's comes up with a lot of biases, a lot of assumptions, and then they just not go forward with. I've heard conversations where people from are not doing it in India, they're going and doing it in Thailand. So it's all about having a great space where you can, be at home. That's really important. So coming back to when I spoke earlier about a testimonial, I think you should share something which is very personal to you and which you have, experienced in your clinic. So that people are aware that, there are people out there who came here and they've gone out and they've actually spoken a lot about you and your clinic.
So my first few patients were patients not from Bangalore, but from outskirts around Bangalore, from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. And once the first patient came in, we saw a transformation. Most of our patients are actually a female to male transformation. It's pretty much been there, majority of them, and they just talk to each other. And I think from the city, I've had this concept that we will go to Thailand and get it done, or I've gone elsewhere and get it done. They need to know that I think in India there are a bunch of many gender reaffirming surgeons, not just me, but there are many plastic surgeons who will give you that inclusive space and make you feel safe. At Dr Karishma Aesthetics, we make sure they avail everything under one roof. Whether it's skin treatments, whether it's a plastic surgery, whether it's dental treatments. And we have the operating theatre set here. You don't have to get out of the clinic, go elsewhere, feel shy about it. Everything is under our supervision, our staff 24/7. And we give you this 5-star ambience and that nice 5-star feel. And so they feel a little cozy and they feel comfortable. Like when I see some of them coming after a year or two, I think there's a testimonial from a patient just a week or two back that I put on Insta. And she obviously she changed her name on paper and everything, and now he literally came here and he loves my staff so much. He actually wanted to join me and take up one of the jobs at my clinic. He sent me his CV and I couldn't recognize him for a second. He's just sitting here and he's like all jolly talking to all my staff. And the confidence was different. When he had come as a woman, just sitting in the corner, and I've seen how close and shy, and suddenly 2 years later, he's confident, and he's doing his thing, he's managing his work, and he's heading companies, and so confident in the new self. So I think it's important that while you think of your transformation, also own it. Own it.
Be confident.
Be confident and don't care a damn
about what others
about
are saying.
anything. People are going to say anything about everything.
Yeah, I mean, even if you have the most perfect body or the perfect face, I know people who just nitpick on, no, but if you have put this, like for instance, like I went for a performance to Delhi. Everything, I've done everything. Just that, when you're in a hurry to perform, you forget the most niche things, basic. So, they say, oh, everything, darling, everything is great, except for eyelashes.
Oh my god.
Honestly, you can imagine the world is not happy
with everything.
They're so, unless you are happy with who you are, and if you are ready to say, okay, this procedure will work for me, this change will work for me, and you're confident about it, then I think you should just go and get it done. And,
I think you should just
have fun, basically.
Have fun with the whole experience, and and not think too much. At the same time, be sure of what you want. Like somebody needs to have an entire transformation to feel themselves.
Right.
So for them, we have to do the hormone therapy. So when we are giving the guidance, we guide them in a different way. Unlike someone who just says, no, I just don't want hormone therapy, but I just want certain feminization or masculinization procedures just to feel the way I want to feel or always felt.
Right.
So I just want to be that way, and that makes me happy. So it's a choice of one's own, but there are all the choices available, head to toe. And it's just all about you being happy with the choices that you make.
Yeah. But since we are at the end of Pride Month, but I think you should share a special message towards the queer community and the whole of LGBT community, of the fact that how you're welcoming the people from the community and how you are making them feel like home, and also at the same time that you have certain discounts going on, which sometimes when we go to other places, they just look at you and then immediately okay. Bank, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So I think you should be in a way telling them that how you understand which economic background they're coming from, and how you are aware of, in terms of we are ready to listen to you, we are ready to help you out.
I think at Dr Karishma Aesthetics we have a very, very simple rule is to somebody could feel like, oh my god, the clinic is so big and it's so posh and the treatments would be very expensive. And yet some of the treatments they are expensive and they are because of good technology, high end. But for LGBTQ plus community, I've always had a soft corner. And testimonial to that are all my patients, and they will vouch for it if any of them are watching this live session. That for them, I specifically have discounts all year round.
Yes.
Because see, there are one section of the community who are from the upper middle class and their family has accepted it, they are supportive, and they have the economic means out to do whatever. It could be a big procedure or a small procedure, or even the whole process of it all. Coming to surgery is much later. Most of my patients come 10-12 months after they have undergone hormone therapy, because only after then can we do anything.
Right.
But some of them generally come for skin treatments, But there are those, and many of them who are struggling to get a job and are from middle class or low middle class or low socioeconomic strata. And for them, we always give massive discounts. There have been times we have given an EMI process because they've been we are working and we have a monthly salary, but we want this. And that keenness to want something is so heartwarming. That I can assure the entire community that we have for you, always a massive 50% or more off all year round, not just the Pride Month which you were running. And I want to tell everyone, see, there are many people while we had these offers running, were messaging us on Instagram and DMing us and wanted a lot of information on DM messages. So I want to tell you all, it's very difficult for me to give the kind of responses on a DM message. Also, it becomes public. My social media team handles it. So all of you out there who are looking for a transformation of any kind, it could be a nose job or it could be a top surgery or bottom, I would suggest just ping us on DM, send us your number, and I think it's very essential that you come and have an in-person consultation.
Right.
Like, don't worry about feeling shy. I know many of you may be shy to come forth, but you know, look at me. I have such a sweet face.
Sweet face, amazing personality,
No,
very heartwarming personality. So don't worry, you can come.
Just, you know, like sometimes many of you have been sending us messages, but my team says, you know, I can't respond. It's a lot more than just sending a message. Like somebody sent me a message, oh, I want to transform. Now I don't know what to reply back. So all of you are there, you're welcome to come to Dr. Karishma Aesthetics, a very private space. Just DM us your number and say, we would like to have a one-on-one talk. When I see you in person, I will understand exactly what you want and what is it that you desire or you need. And we can guide you. It could be anything. It could just be a way of life. If you just want to come and have a chat, you could just come and have a chat. Yeah? So that space is there for you. Just come to us. Don't feel shy. And, you know, we have a lot of our other patients. We can connect with you if you're apprehensive about something, and we can, you know, kind of relieve you of your, you know, fear.
Yeah. Like how Dr. Karishma said, you know, like this is not just for the Pride Month. This is an all year around, and that makes Dr. Karishma a great ally.
And I have to get you this one picture. This is very emotional for me.
Okay.
Is one of my LGBTQ plus patients.
Right.
I had done a top surgery for her. She's not from Bangalore, but
Right.
I wouldn't name her.
Yeah.
But this is one of the best gifts that anyone has given me.
This is so beautiful.
And initially I couldn't figure what it is. So I said, what is all of this? You know, and you know, she's like, Doc, you're like this AI form from the future. and she's, you know, her work is a lot into AI. And it's a young generation, and they're into all software and engineering. And she said, Doc, I vision you because you're of the future. And that's, she made this for me.
There you go.
And this is testimony sits right behind my desk, and I think this is one of the best gifts that I have received from anyone.
I think you should actually write this as a post or as a reel, because this is actually so, like, I can connect with it. Like it's part of the community, and you know, for them to actually tell you that you are from the future.
She came all the way, you know, from another city, and was very sure that she wanted to do this procedure with me. Came back again and forth. I mean, she came, you know. First of all, it was like, why future? Like, no, but because you think for the future, and you're like the superwoman.
Yes.
And this is the most heartwarming thing that I have received from your community, and that's why I have a soft corner.
I mean, my eyes lit up when I saw the picture. Like, and this is something which, you know, what we do as a community, that it comes from the heart. We just want to be seen. We just want to be seen as human beings, which is something which the society is not ready to do. I
think the society is getting there. You know what India was a while back, and now it's all happening, and it's just, the change is never going to be quick. We have this massive population that we deal with, and there's so many minds and so many thought processes, communities. I think it's happening slow and steady, but the change is happening, and it's for the good. It's our duty. What we can do is just spread awareness and education. That's all we can do, and it's you know, the people have to start accepting it's high time and giving everyone a chance. And you in your own way, you know, spread it out to your community that you do have a chance. I mean, where there is a will, there's a way.
Well, exactly, and that's the exact proverb that keeps running in my head whenever I hit a standstill. Like, where there's a will, there's a way. So on that note, Dr. Karishma has clinics in Indranagar and Whitefield, and you're more than welcome to go and have a consultation with her. And you know, she has her own team of doctors who are ready to hear you. So that is really important, that we have, at least in Bangalore, that we have a queer-friendly doctor ready to hear your what are your desires, ready to hear you, and you know, have honest conversation. That's what we need. Like honest questions asked, in a way that can actually help you out. So on that note,
I'm sorry for the blunder earlier. I'm a little technologically challenged.
So
I could be a plastic surgeon, but technology-wise, it's like zero.
It was a blunder. Like,
Clash of phones, yeah.
It's okay. But, I mean,
but for all of you, thank you for whoever has joined us this evening and has had the patience to join us the second time around. Alex, thank you so much for coming here, making the effort, redoing the entire live.
Anytime.
And I'm so happy to share my information to you and to know you better. It's always been on Insta social media,
right.
But now I know you for real, and it was a great meeting you today. And obviously we're going to be in touch.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be friends with Dr. K. So yeah. Anyway, on that note, I'll see you soon, Kutis and Kutins, and catch me soon. Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.